to win the game. You just got to hold in the less points. So our defense really won the game for us tonight.
Holding Len, you guys got his points late, but how was he out there to guard?
I mean, he's 7'1", like he's a big guy. So I mean, we have size too, but him being a little bit taller than us and us having a little bit more strength, we just have to be physical with him. Like a guy like that, you're not going to prevent him from scoring, but you can just make tough buckets, which I think we did tonight, and just did an overall good team job of guarding him.
Julian, how do you able to get loose there on those dunks?
Just running, man, being relentless, like never stopping no matter what. I mean, in the first half and even earlier in the second, like I shot a couple shots and I wasn't really making many, but my teammates never lost confidence in me, and neither the coaches, and I never lost confidence in myself, and just staying relentless. And you never know when your opportunity is going to come, but when it does come, you just have to finish. Shane told us in the second half, he was like, stop pump faking, just go to the basket and just dunk it, because we knew they were a team that liked to block shots. And as soon as he said that, I had in my mind that I wasn't going to do anything but attack the rim.
At what point did you and Kate, did you guys realize this was going to be a man's game inside, and just basically everything inside, both ways was going to be contested?
As soon as the Carolina game was over, Coach L told us that we have a big Maryland team coming in. I mean, he always talks to us about their rebound statistics and them being one of the best rebound teams in the country. And I mean, he told us, and that's exactly what we prepared for. And the 2 days leading up into practice, that's exactly how our team practiced, like our other big guys as well, just being really physical and not really worrying about the refereeing and playing hard as possible.
Is that what you noticed too, Kid?
Yeah. What he said.
Kenny, what does it mean for this team to be 3-0 in the ACC? It's the best league start in 12 years here.
I mean, first place. But I mean, we just started 3 games, you know. We got, 13, 15 games. So it's just the beginning. We just started.
At what point did you guys realize that defense was really going to have to be the cornerstone of this team?
You always want defense to be the cornerstone of the team. You, like, any given night, you can't have a bad shooting night. You can't go out there and expect to make 10 threes a game, everybody to make all their layups and open shots. So, when you really focus on defense, and you're one of the best defensive teams in the nation, teams are going to know that every night it's a tough out playing you, and just like tonight was was an example that our defense really, I think we held them to 40 points, something like that.
Under 50.
So you just got to play good D, and that can get you a win just as well as offense.
Shay, how frustrating was the offensive part of it tonight? It seemed like neither team could, especially in the first half, could knock it down.
It's frustrating not making shots, but you can't let that affect you. You still got to go out there and play hard, play with 100%. And I think we did that tonight. They're a great team. They have great players. They have shooters, big men, great guard play. So we just really focused on the defense. We had a really good day at practice yesterday playing defense. So I think we came out tonight and really did a good job, did what we did at practice.
Shane, talk about the second half. You were able to get 35 points in the second half, and it looked to me like getting some easier baskets, getting some dunks from Julian. That seemed to energize the whole team.
When we went in at halftime, Coach L told us that we were playing pretty much one-on-one basketball. We weren't sharing the basketball, and that's a huge thing in basketball, to share the ball, get everybody involved. And I think in the second half, we were just driving, kicking, feeding the bigs, cutting to the basket, and when everybody started touching the ball, we just had a better second half scoring basketball.
Julian, can you talk about your play down the stretch? I'm not sure if you were asked before. You got, I think, 6 out of 8 points at one stretch of games, real close, and they were all big buckets. I think a dunk off of a missed shot, layup.
Yeah, like I said before, I mean, just being relentless, like never quitting on the play. I mean, it's easy to think a guy like Larranaga will seldomly miss a fast break layup with a one-on-one guy. But even with that being said, you never know. You never know what's going to happen in the play. So, I mean, he was able to go down and he just missed it, and I was just there to follow. So, just being relentless. I mean, setting ball screens and rolling to the basket and really trying to put some pressure on the rim, and I think that really worked out for us.
Can you just kind of elaborate that, persevering offensively tonight? Because like you said, left-hand hook wasn't going for you early. You were making plays defensively, but you really didn't come up with those dunks until late. What was the key to you persevering, you think?
I mean, it was just the team effort. I mean, I knew that if we didn't get a good shot on offense or make a shot on offense and it was a tough night for us, that we would make up for it on the defensive end. and definitely just me personally focusing on my defense and guarding a guy such as Alex Land and him being as tough as him. I mean, Maryland's a really good team. Like Shane said, they have every aspect of the game that you need to have a great team, and just kind of just like buckling down and trying to guard them to the best of our ability and just persevering, like you said. I mean, like Shane said before, it's not going to always be a high-scoring night, and we definitely rely on our defense.
Thanks, guys.
Well, to begin with, I thought one of the huge keys is not something that we planned on, but the school starts tomorrow, and we had the students back, and the crowd was really into it. And in the second half, I was trying to get them even more excited so that we would continue to play the defense that we've been playing, because as the game wears on, you're beating each other up so badly that it's easy to rest on defense and try to do it with your offense. But the students were great, the fans were great tonight. We really appreciate their support. Second, Julian's baskets at the end, the tip dunk, but then also Trey McKinney-Jones hit him with a great pass for a dunk, and we were able to find the open man. We ended up with 15 assists. And I thought in the first half, I don't know how many we had at halftime, but we did a much better job of sharing the ball and finding an open man in the second half. Maryland is a very talented team, very deep team, and you would expect a game between us and them to be like in the 70s, because both teams are I think, very, very good at scoring. But we're also good defensively at both ends of the court. We defend, they rebound. We're getting better in that category. And we got a great help from our green team, both in the preparation for this game, and then I know they don't score a lot of points off the bench, but they give our starters quality rest, and I was very, very happy with the support we got from our bench players tonight.
What does it mean to be 3-0 in the ACC at this point?
Basically, it means we have 15 more games. You know, it's very, very early in the conference race. Anything can happen.
But it is the best for this school. This school's never gone 3-0 since '97.
So, you know, it's nice for the university to, and hopefully for the students. You know, one of the things about athletics, it's really for the students. It's the marketing arm of the university. It's the ideal opportunity as a student to get involved and create school spirit. Because when you go to a basketball game like tonight, there's a lot of genuine emotion and excitement in the game, and students sitting next to each other. When they leave here, they're just as drained as the players are, because they've enjoyed it and they participated. They're emotionally involved and connected to our team. They're students, and so are our players' students. And school spirit is very, very important to any organization, but particularly a university. And it's nice that this team, these players, are creating that kind of school spirit at this time of the year.
Do you feel like that momentum's building to the point where you can reach that goal of selling out 10 days from now?
Oh, I'm only concerned about tomorrow, being sure our guys get to class and getting ready for Boston College.
Jim, you talked about just winning this game. You don't have Reggie, Duran doesn't have a great offensive game, and yet you managed to get a pretty good team.
Well, as I said, I think it takes a total team effort. We're getting contributions from different guys. Trey McKinney-Jones making those free throws down the stretch, making that three. I mean, I don't know if that was 7 straight points, but he hit the 3 in the corner, and he got fouled twice and made all 4 free throws. And that gave us a 6-point cushion, and we were able to hold on to it.
You were talking about rebounding, and they had, I think I understand they had 22 misses in the first half and only 4 offensive rebounds, and they're known as a rebounding team. So I've got to think that was one of the...
Well, when I watched them play Virginia Tech, they missed 7 shots at one point in the first half and had 6 offensive rebounds. That's pretty awesome offensive rebounding. You know, you make your first shot, or if you miss, you just get your second shot. You know, you rebound it and stick that in. So we knew we had to rebound the ball, and We've been practicing our rebounding every day, and guys have done a good job with that.
Jim, talk about the lift that Gamble gave you, not just on the interior, but the timeliness of his dunks, the energy he gave you in that second half. Really.
Well, I think, you know, Julian has been very opportunistic. You know, last year he had to sit out with an injury. He missed the whole season. He fought like crazy to get an exception to the rule about you have 5 years to complete 4 years of eligibility, so he got a 6th year. And he's really worked hard to put himself in this position. And early in the season, he was playing about 13 minutes a game and doing a great job off the bench. Tonight he played 32 minutes, more than twice the number of minutes. And he seems to be playing better and with more confidence. And what I want from all those guys is, like in a game like tonight when we miss shots, not to get discouraged. And he certainly didn't. He kept fighting, and then at the end finished some big baskets for us.
You know, it's early in the race, like you said. You know, this is one of 4 teams you're only going to play once. Does that add some importance to it?
Yes, when you're only going to play a team once, especially when you're going to play them at home, you know, you don't want to lose at home anytime, but you know, when you only play them one time a year, you want to have that edge in case you end up tying with them in the regular season. You know, one of the tiebreakers is the head-to-head matchups.
Jim, between their shooting and from the outside and just their movement, it seemed like they were really disrupted. How much of that was just what you guys were able to do for them, you feel like?
You know, I think both teams played so hard. It was a very physical, very aggressive game. And it's hard to score when the guy is just fighting you so hard, not giving you any room to work. You know, what players like is separation, space. When they don't get that space, they're not quite as comfortable. And both teams did a great job of playing that kind of defense.
I can't think 20 months ago when you got this job that this would be the style that you've played, but you've adapted and now you're 3-0. I guess it does.
Well, you learn about your players, their strengths and their weaknesses. I've had teams that pressed full court for 40 minutes every game.
Right.
I've had teams that played a lot of half-court basketball. But when we inherited the personnel that we have now, mostly the juniors and seniors, it lends itself towards a certain style. Now, one of the things we changed was we wanted to become a man-to-man team. And that took some months to really get the guys comfortable with feeling confident that they could guard. And like tonight, we actually talked about it at a timeout of switching the defense, and the players said no.
Taking ownership.
It was Julian that said no, we're good.
Taking ownership of the team.
Yeah, and that's what you want. You want your players to feel the responsibility that it's on their shoulders. Because quite frankly, you know, coaches, you can only do so much. Really, the players are the ones that play the game and win the game.
Going back to Julian, when we had talked a while ago, he's gone from a player who you didn't think would maybe play much while you're here to, like you said, 13 minutes, and now he's playing about 30 a game. What do you think's been the key to that evolution?
Well, first of all, I didn't say when I first came here I didn't think he was going to play much. He was hurt. I never saw him play.
Okay.
And when he came back from the injury last February, still didn't think he was going to play because he was basically couldn't run. He worked so hard in the weight room with our strength coach to get that leg so strong that when we started practice in September, I didn't recognize him. He had worked all summer long. He started running and jumping, and I told the coach, I said, wow, he's going to be a factor for us. And I think I said that at the ACC Media Day.
Thanks, Coach.